Andy, there was one thing that I left out from Monday Night Raw tonight, and it just coincides so well with Crown Jewel that we have to package it together. We have to talk about it. And that is the way that the OG Bloodline versus Bloodline 2.0 match ended. So we're going to kind of work our way backwards here. We're going to talk about the aftermath of the match, and then we'll sort of talk about the match, because you and I were texting during this match, and it didn't land for some reason, but we'll talk about that in a minute. As you see, as we all called, Bloodline 2.0 got the victory over the OG Bloodline. It was Solo Sikoa pinning Roman Reigns, not Jey Uso, not Jimmy Uso. Roman Reigns ate the pin for only the third time since 2020. That is worth noting, but we see the beat down, and then Sami Zayn comes out just when we think that the OG Bloodline is on the same page. Sami Zayn kicks Roman Reigns in the face, accidentally, on purpose. I don't know. We'll have to see. Jimmy Uso certainly thinks it was on purpose. Jay kind of siding with Sami. I don't know. What was your initial reaction when it first happened? You saw it go down. What was your initial reaction before we get to what happened tonight on Raw?
Yeah, no, I enjoyed, everything post-match. I thought they did a really good job of setting up, the seeds of things to come. I obviously popped when Sami came out, because I was kind of shocked that they did it as quick as they did, of him sort of joining, or like planting the seeds of him joining for real. I really liked the conversation between him and Solo with no mics, just like going back and forth, and then the fake out hitting the exploder suplex. And then the way they executed Sami kicking Roman in the face was done perfectly. It looked really, really interesting. It looked really cool the way they did it. And it looked believable I couldn't tell if Roman or if Sami did that on purpose or not. Like it's kind of, they played the lines between the two. And so I really, really enjoyed everything that happened post-match and everything that happened tonight even.
Yeah, tonight on Monday Night Raw, we saw Sami try to come out and address what happened. And then Jay's music hit. And then Jimmy's music hit. And here we are, Sami reminding them about their missteps and them reminding Sami about his. And you have all the Usi chants and just all the feels in this promo. And it ended by Jay saying that Sami is family. That was a big sticking point from last week, because both of them said he wasn't. Even Jimmy tonight said that he wasn't. Jay said he's family. Jay invited Sami to SmackDown this Friday so that the four of them, including Roman Reigns, could get in the ring and talk this thing out. So, Andy, the four of them on SmackDown this week, where do we go from here?
How many weeks until Survivor Series?
Okay, Survivor Series is November the, I want to say 30th. Yes, that's a Saturday. So it is 3 weeks. So we have, we have 1, 2, 3, we have 4. So 4 weeks, 4 SmackDowns between now and Survivor Series.
Okay. So I don't think we get, well, maybe. I don't think we get Sami joining right away. Like, I think there's still going to be some contention between the four of them, which is going to put Jay in that weird spot where he was the complete opposite a couple years ago. Now he's, in Jimmy's spot of trying to get Sami to join in and get everybody with him. Honestly, I think the voice of reason to get everybody back together is not Sami, it's not Jimmy, it's not Roman, and it's not even Jay. I think it's Paul Heyman. I think Paul Heyman is going to come out at some point while everybody is talking. You get the ladies and gentlemen, and everybody loses their mind, and he walks out. And I think he is the voice of reason of getting everyone back together to go after Solo and the group at Survivor Series at some point.
And then you know what happens? Paul Heyman turns on the OG Bloodline at Survivor Series.
Oh no, I don't think so.
Yes. Have we not talked about him aligning against Roman Reigns with The Rock and with that crew?
Yeah, but that was before they put him through a table. Like to me that just makes him holding out for as long as he did pointless.
We'll have to see.
We'll have to see. I don't know. If they do it right, I think it could work. But
I think so too. I mean, obviously, I can see him aligning with Roman and the whole 9 yards, and that makes sense. I just have a hard time with babyface Paul Heyman. I mean, I know everybody loves him, and I know everybody appreciates him, Hall of Famer, yada yada yada. I just have a hard time with babyface.
We've never really seen it, have we?
And, I mean, not
with Punk, maybe, but then he turned him and Punk turned heel really quick afterwards.
Yeah. Was he babyface when he was with Cesaro?
No, he was a heel.
Okay. I'm trying to think. I mean, not with Brock, I guess. I don't know. Not really.
I don't think we've seen it. So I mean, if you're going to try it, why not try it now?
I guess this is the only scenario to be able to try it in, if I'm being honest. But yeah, I'm interested to see. Yeah, I think that Heyman has to be the voice of reason here, no matter what it leads to, no matter if he stays with them or not. He's got to be the glue that brings them all together, kind of thing. Let's talk about the match, because the match was, I guess the match was fine at best.
Like you can say fine.
The crowd was hot for the majority of the match. And then the finish just kind of, And I don't mean that as Roman getting pinned by Solo. I don't think that was the reason for it to be flat. It just, there was a ref bump for no reason, and then it was a clean finish, and it just, I don't know, man. It just, I don't know. It felt weird.
Yeah, it felt kind of off from the jump in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
And then
I had the same feeling the whole match. It was just like, something is just not, I don't know.
Something's not clicking. And then obviously you had the botched pin spot that didn't really help things or help situations. That kind of
Poor
threw a wrench
Jimmy.
into the plans. I don't know. Like I know you just said it's not Solo getting the win, and I kind of agree to a point. However, I feel like maybe if Solo was built up to actually be a threat to Roman, and then he gets the win, it would have been more impactful. But it literally came from out of nowhere with no build up to it.
Mm-hmm.
We got a ref bump that led to absolutely nowhere.
Right.
It's just the standard, hey, if Roman's in the match, we got to have a ref bump.
Right.
And then, nothing really happened. Everything happened post-match. To me, it reminded me of like a Marvel movie nowadays where like the movie itself sucks. And then you get the post-credit scene where it's like, oh, I'm excited for whatever's to come like down the line. So, that's my whole thing with these Saudi shows is every single match on this card, except for maybe one, this is how I felt the whole time. Of like, this means nothing. Like, this is nothing.
Right. Yeah. I don't know. I wonder if they felt like they just had to have Roman on the show, so they sort of jumped the gun on this to be able to have this match, or I don't know. I don't know. It just, whatever it was, just didn't quite work. Now, Jey Uso's entrance, was just off the charts.
Yeah,
and Roman's expression to Jay's entrance was like, it was spot on. The way they did that. Let me talk about Roman Reigns for just a minute, because you mentioned the botch pin spot, and it doesn't matter how good the match was or how bad the match was or whatever. Roman Reigns' ring IQ is something we don't talk about nearly enough. That dude, I mean, you've heard people, other wrestlers that he's worked with, talk about it for a long time, but I feel like it was on display in this match. Just like the way he did things and the way he moved and the way that he sort of, I don't want to say commanded the match, but he held that. I feel like if he wasn't there, it really would have been just, I don't know what, you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I agree. I get the same kind of feeling from him or from this match as well. Yeah, I mean, Roman is ridiculously good in the ring, and he understands you know, the things that make the greats like Cena and Austin and Hogan and Rock so great, and Undertaker and even Shawn, is they feed off of what the crowd is doing.
Yep.
And you know, like the perfect example is Hogan Rock. Like Hogan was 1,000% supposed to be the heel in that match.
Yep.
And then 2 seconds into it, and the crowd's reacting, they're looking around. Both of them were like, "Nope, we got to switch. Like we have to turn this thing around. We have to switch this." Like that's something that's not really taught. You just have to experience it and learn it. And Roman's up there with the best of them when it comes to it.
Yeah, he really, really is. And it's we say it all the time, man. It's a shame it took us this long to appreciate it and really figure that out.
It's a shame it took them this long to give us this version of it.
Well, with anything, patience. All right, we got to figure it out. That being said, though, if you guys are watching live on our YouTube channel, we appreciate that so very much. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, drop us a comment. We'll answer it live. And if you're on the replay, still like the video, still subscribe to the channel, and still drop us a comment. We'll try our best to respond to each and every one of them. We would appreciate that so very much.